Hello and welcome to this latest Monaco property profile brought to you by monacoestate.com. And today we're going to look at one of our entry-level properties, which is in the Fontvieille district of Monaco, one of my personal favorites, in a building called Le Donatello. And Fontvieille is kind of one of the newer parts of Monaco. It was built on reclaimed land back in the 1980s. You may know they're doing some more reclamation at the moment to build some of the absolutely most expensive real estate in the world in the Marterra area. But this one is one of the lower cost, if I can use that term with relation to Monaco real estate. It's a ground floor, one-bedroom apartment in the heart of the Fontvieille district. Fontvieille is noted for its marina, its views over the water and to the sea, and also to what they call Le Rocher. Around the streets there, at street level, you'll find all kinds of restaurants and bars and some quite interesting shops and Ferrari dealers and things like that. And you are a few minutes away from the center, but a very calm and peaceful and quiet area, a very nice part of the Principality. And as you can see, looking from above, we're over at the kind of left-hand end here. So Fontvieille butts up against the French border, and it's home to around 12% of Monaco's population, just about 4,500 people. And as I say, it was one of the kind of newer parts of the territory, very much reclaimed and developed back in the late 70s and 1980s. And this is what I mean about the view to Le Rocher. So in the middle there, you have the Royal Palace, and just around the corner on the seafront, the famous Maritime Museum. But within Fontvieille itself, as you can see, some of the properties have a lovely view out to both the marina and the Rocher. Some further around look out more beyond the marina to the sea. And then just beyond the right-hand edge of the image there, there's a bit more of Fontvieille, and then you get down to the French border. So it's sort of nestled, if you like, behind the Rocher. I personally really like it because it's kind of away from the kind of buzzing madness of the center, but only a few minutes away if you want that. And it tends to be very popular with families, people looking for perhaps slightly larger apartments, and also perhaps also looking at not paying prime prices per square meter. It tends to be more reasonable value. And also there's quite a wide range, anything from studios to 1 beds up to 3 beds, sometimes even 4 beds available in Fontvieille. And very, very nice environment, nice ambiance as you just walk around the marina there. Been there many times. Nice beef house restaurant where I had lunch there not long ago. Really pleasant part of the Principality. Looking at it on a map basis, the property that I'm talking to you about today is pinned in the middle end, Avenue des Papillons, right in the heart of Fontvieille. And as you can see, there's some green areas there, some parks, which are very rare in a tiny area like Monaco to have such a large park. Open areas like this, really great for children or for jogging or for exercising. A nice quality of life in this sort of environment. And if you're a football fan, the Monaco Stadium is just a stone's throw away from this property. And obviously you get all the top teams in France coming to play there. There's a view of the external part of the building, quite a typical Fontvieille style in that architecture. And so, you know, this is kind of typical of what you'll find in all the Fontvieille buildings. They're all very much built at a similar time, similar era. And as you can see, a lot of the ones that have sea and water views also have balconies to exploit that. That's a view out from the living area to the terrace of this particular property, and a very nicely fitted kitchen. As you can see, modern units, plenty of work surface, plenty of space there, space for a dining table and chairs as well, and very light, very bright area of the apartment. Very unusually for Monaco, because it's on the ground floor and because of its location in the heart of Fontbay, you have your own independent entrance. Normally you'd be going in through the common parts of a large apartment block, but here you actually have your own front door. There are not many people in Monaco who can say that. Looking at the plan of the apartment, obviously very simple. This is a one-bed apartment. It's not palatial or massive. It's an entry-level property. So as you can see on the right-hand side there, you've got a combined living dining space with that fitted kitchen that we showed you. And going down the back there, you've got your opening onto the terrace. And then you've got a bedroom, which is en suite with a dressing area and the shower room. So everything you'd need is available, but obviously it's really designed for one person or a couple as a pied-à-terre. The other thing that's interesting about this one, because it's a mixed-use building, you could actually use this as an office space if you wanted to start a business in Monaco. So it's got several options. You could use it as your own pied-à-terre. You could rent it out. It has it been rented during 2021, or you could use it as an office premises if you were keen to start a business here and possibly buy something else as your main residence. So quite a flexible property in terms of how it could be used, depending on exactly what you're looking for and where you want to be. So it's a well-presented apartment. I personally regard Fontbay as one of the more sought after districts because of that kind of peace and quiet and calm. It's 59 square meters, 635 square feet in total, of which 51 is the habitable part and 8 square meters, the external terrace that I showed you there. You have your own front door, independent access. You've got that master bedroom with both dressing room and ensuite, and also quite a few wardrobes for a place this size. You've got parquet flooring, double glazing, and also reversible air conditioning. So it's suitable for all year round living. You've also got a cellar to keep your wine collection and any valuables that you want to lock away in there. And as I say, to me, this could be either your own pied-à-terre, it could be an investment property that you rent out. It's been renting for, I think, something like €4,500 a month, or you could use it as an office or rent it as an office. The Fontbay lifestyle is very much to do with families. It's very quiet, residential. You've got those large open spaces in the parkland, great for jogging or for children playing. You've got great views from many of the properties. Just to be clear, this one does not have views of the marina, the Rocher, or the sea, but many of the properties in Fontbay do. It can feel a little bit away from the center of things if you're really into the kind of nightlife and the casinos, but it's only 5-6 minutes away in a taxi, or there are various escalator systems you can use. It's surprising how quick you can actually get around Monaco if you know all the ins and outs of the little alleyways and escalators. So you are a little bit away from the center, but you may regard that as an advantage. There are obviously other areas like Larvotto if you want to be right in the center of things. So it's very much a question of horses for courses. What kind of lifestyle are you looking for? Would this be a fit for you? And that's the question you need to answer, ideally by coming to have a look. This apartment's available for €2.58 million, which is about $2.9 million and 2.1 million sterling as we record this in late November 21. Obviously, as we always say, you've got to come and look at these properties because not just what the properties themselves represent, but the different districts of Monaco have all got their own different vibe and their own pros and cons, which may or may not fit more or less with what you're looking for. Something like this, obviously, you could get a mortgage on it, an interest-only mortgage with relatively modest repayments. Could even be cash flow positive in terms of the rental potential, and we can help with the mortgage side as well as the residency process and everything else. So it all starts with a conversation. So you can either email us on homes@monacoestate.com or complete the inquiry form on the website at monacoestate.com, and we'll be happy to arrange a visit for you to come and have a look and see what you think of this property.